Hey, it's Justin and Bethany from the Flack fam, and today we're getting a slight jump start on St. Patty's Day, and we're going to talk about Raglan Road, which could come off as cliche, but really it's one of our all-time favorite restaurants.
Yeah, let's call it good timing instead of cliche.
Yeah, that sounds better for sure.
We understand that even the best restaurants deserve to get a bad review at times, and also that we may love something that other people hate. It's why you'll rarely see us using a scoring system. We know that we have biases that you may not agree with, so we follow the philosophy that if it sounds good to you, you should try it.
To keep things fair, we're going to look at reviews from 4 other creators and see how our opinions compare to theirs.
Let's start with Disney Food Blog's video titled Ultimate Guide to the Best Food in Disney Springs.
By the title, you can tell that this was a positive review, even though DFB are masters of writing clickbait titles. However, they primarily review only one menu item, the bangers plus mash equals yum.
In a different and more recent video, they rank Raglan Road in a tie with Chef Art Smith's Homecoming for best restaurant in all of Disney Springs. They gave it a 10 out of 10.
Honestly, it doesn't surprise us that they would have only positive things to say. They always put a positive spin on everything.
Moving on to allairs.net's video titled The Perfect Day in Disney Springs, where Quincy and Emma show that you can have a great time in Disney without going into the parks.
Not everything goes as planned for them, but dinner does. They absolutely loved their food. They ordered bangers and mash, the kiss before shrimp, gnocchi si, gnocchi do, the chicken pie do try, the Irish espresso martini. Seriously, they wax poetic about all of it. They also rave about the extensive cocktail, beer, and wine lists, which DFB didn't touch on, but All Eaters is right. It's huge.
Something interesting to us was how surprised they were that they liked the soda bread and dip that comes before your meal. But we'll talk about why that surprises us later in this video during our thoughts.
Next, let's talk about Addicted to the Mouse's full review of Raglan Road.
They started out with their thoughts on the soda bread, but they did something no one else has done. They ordered a side of Irish butter to put on the bread, but in the end, they preferred the quote, sweet oily dip.
So is this where we get to talk about the bread dip? Why does no one know what it is? It kind of shocks me that people will put something in their mouth without knowing what it is.
Well, you're at a restaurant, and so you trust them, and in the end, it's good, so...
I guess I get it, but still.
We'll talk about it more in a minute, but back to their review. They started ordering drinks, which they were both very pleased with. The Smoky Auld Sod and Arthur's Old Fashioned with Irish whiskey, Guinness syrup, and orange bitters.
For dinner, they stayed as traditional as you can get ordering Irish food in America and got the fish and chips, the braised beef, and the way that they describe them is, this is super good, super tender, and this is a massive filet.
Be careful. That is starting to sound inappropriate.
I know. I was starting to sweat there for a second, but I'm just quoting them for the record.
For them, the icing on top is Raglan's infamous bread and butter pudding, which they suggest always saving room for. I would even add, if you don't have room, you still have to order it. It's the rules.
Their only complaint was around their service. During their visit, they experienced a 20-minute delay getting their drinks and bread, and then a couple minutes after those came, their entrees arrived. Then they waited another 30 minutes for their dessert.
Despite that, they still highly recommend Raglan Road.
This is really interesting to me. I expected a bit more controversy, but so far this is all positive.
Did you expect controversy or hope for some for the sake of the video?
Maybe.
Okay, let's move on to our good friends Meg and Greg from Adventures with Meg and Greg. If you aren't following this amazing channel, you need to immediately click on their link below and just subscribe.
Wait, you need to finish this video first and then like it and then subscribe to our channel if you aren't already. But then yes, you absolutely need to head over to their channel and show them some love because they're actually amazing.
Their review of Raglan Road was another extensive one. Definitely worth watching.
These two start out by trying the soda bread and dip, and to our happiness, they are the first ones to actually know what it is. A Guinness simple syrup and olive oil. Honestly, one of the main reasons we suggest you visit Raglan.
They also order the Four Provinces Irish Beer Flight and a strawberry lime hard seltzer, while they enjoy the Pull the Boxty appetizer. For dinner, they ordered the Gnocchi Si Gnocchi Do and the Shepherd's to Die For pie.
This is probably the only slightly negative part of their review, and calling it negative is probably an exaggeration. Meg rated the shepherd's pie a 6 out of 10, and they both preferred the gnocchi, which they scored a 10 out of 10.
We've never had it, but maybe we're going to have to try it the next time we're there.
So what did we learn from this little experiment? Well, mostly that Raglan Road is an absolute must-do.
We will admit that our experiences aren't always consistent from visit to visit. Sometimes our favorite dishes are just a bit off. Sometimes we have lacking service.
The wait. Even with advanced dining reservations, it is ridiculous.
Yes, that is true. But despite all of that, this restaurant has been great time and time again.
So let us tell you about some of our favorite things, and we'll start with the ambiance. This place is absolutely beautiful, with dark aged woods throughout, an extremely tall central ceiling with gorgeous stained glass windows, a clogging table in the center, and a stage for performers. And the bar is, well, it's absolutely stunning, and it came from Ireland.
They also have an outdoor seating area with its own bar and stage for bands to play. And if you can't get a reservation or you're just looking for a quick bite, you can stop in at Cook's of Dublin or grab a pint of Guinness, Harp, or Smithwick's at the booth at the front entrance.
For us, we enjoy the Dalkey mustard, beer-battered Cheshire heritage pork sausages called the Dalkey Duo for an appetizer. The bangers plus mash equals yum, the shepherd's pie to try, the braised beef, yes, beef, or the serious steak for our main courses. And any of those will go well with your favorite Irish beer or whiskey.
Or whatever else you want to drink.
Okay, so what really seals the deal here? Well, for us, it's 3 things. First, it's the bread and butter pudding. This is hands down the most consistently delicious dessert you will ever have. Seriously, you're going to crave it daily.
Second is the Irish soda bread and the Guinness reduction and olive oil for dipping. Everyone loves this, and that is why we are shocked so few people who reviewed it actually knew what they were eating. If we have something good, we ask what it is, and we learn how to make it. In fact, Justin just made this reduction so we can enjoy it for our St. Patty's Day celebration at home.
Lastly is the entertainment. Less the clog dancing and more the music.
Yeah, on our last visit, we were lucky enough to sit right in front of the stage and got to enjoy some of the best live music we've heard in a really long time.
Would you follow us gone, or what would you do to coast the storm, or what would you do to set them again? You to be drunk, you need to be sober, could you lay over, just you don't want the herring to do. Just on over, could you lay over, just you don't want.
Obviously, we recommend this restaurant, and as you can see, you don't have to take our word for it. Many others agree with our opinion. DFB literally ranked this the best restaurant at Disney Springs.
So the next time you find yourself in Orlando looking for a fun, unique place to eat that will leave you full and entertained, do yourself a favor and book a reservation at Raglan Road. We're pretty sure you'll be happy you did.
Okay, so now that we've wrapped up our opinion, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more travel content from us, and make sure you say hi in the comments below.
And when you've done all of that, go to our friends Meg and Greg. We've linked their channel in the comments below. Tell them we said hello. Bye.